Big Larry came on just to put him down. SpongeBob turned into a clown, and no girl ever wants to dance with a fool who went and ripped his pants. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve, Omi, Definity, Devve, DMC, Dacat, Shiro update video. DMC especially. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. It's a good day. Why? Because what do we title this thing? Rate cuts, bullish for Veve, Omi, Definity, Devve, all of that jazz. So there is a 95. Let me get the actual numbers here. I think it's CME, Fed rate. Where is it? Yes, the meeting date is 17 September 2025, and there is a 95.2% chance that we get rate cuts at that meeting. You have governors and Fed people of other states just being like, guys, it's been too long of a time now. The rest of the world has cut interest rates. Why hasn't the U.S.? I think there's like a couple names that are ready to replace Jerome Powell, but this is very excited about it. Very excited about it. And I think in probably October is when you start to see that. Like right now, I don't think those rate cuts are really priced in yet. I think that they might be as it gets closer. You might have some people sell the news, but for the most part, a bunch of borrowing is going to happen. Trump wants us to get down to like 1%, which I don't think is going to happen. But even just getting down below that 3.33%, I mean, it's about 4.5, 5 now, give or take. I don't know what it is. But that alone, even just getting it below the 3.33%, would be fantastic. Even at 3, get to borrow cheaper. You have because at 3.3, it's at like 1.2 trillion on the interest per year on the debt. And I think that when you take a look at the tariff revenue that's happening right now, there was 26.6 billion in tariffs collected in June, 29.6 in July. A lot of that could really offset. Americans should be able to get a little piece of that as well. Not a ton. I think Trump said that he wanted to do like 2,400 for a family of 4, 600 for every single person. Probably only going to be a one-time thing. It could be multiple if the tariffs continue to go up, if they continue to go crazy, and we'll see. I mean, it's he also just announced a oh god, what was it? It was good. It was good. Trump and Tim Cook from Apple have a joint announcement where they officially announced that $600 billion Apple investment plan to bring manufacturing facilities to the U.S. He also announced a 100% tariff on all semiconductors entering the U.S., exempting companies that were built in America. And obviously that means Apple, because Apple is doing a lot of semiconductors. They're doing glass. They're doing Face ID. They're doing all of it. So obviously, it's benefiting a lot of people that want to bring business into the U.S. like Apple is. This is really exciting. Actually, I do have something to go over that I want to go over later. But right now, I want to get to some of the crypto because DMC, baby, DMC up 80%, 77%. Is that on the month, Chavez? Is that on the 7 day? No, it's 77% on the day. Part of the reason for that is because there's $36 million in volume, which is up 457% from yesterday. I knew that a lot of this was way oversold. Like I understand that a lot of KOLs, a lot of other people decided to just absolutely dump as soon as the token launched, and it caused like a 70% dip, haircut, dump, whatever you want to call it. But I knew that it would only last for so long. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it right away. Is this a one-time thing? Well, for right now, I'm not expecting 36 million in volume every day, at least not right now. I think eventually, sure. Raise the market cap. Again, we were under 10 million at one point. Now it raised the market cap to over 17 million. So it grew over $7 million in one day. And again, a lot of that's from, how it's not just that people were buying in. What type of people were buying in? Are these diamond handers? Probably. Are these people that maybe some are swing traders? Maybe some said, you know what? It's got a lot of volume. It's got a lot of liquidity. Maybe we could go in and do something with it. Maybe they want to swing trade. Cool, great for volume. It'll obviously go. I mean, it's already up. It was up past 006. It's at 0056 now, so it is a bit down from there. You do have some people taking profits. If you're up like 80% in a day, probably going to take a little bit of profit. So again, really excited to see that. Do we settle and start trading above 005? If it goes, I mean, it was above 006. Does it stay above here? Does it go below that? Does it go back to 004, 003? Not 100% sure, but again, any token that does 80% on the day generally gets a lot of people taking a look at it, gets a lot of eyes. Green candles usually get more green candles. Again, shout out to DeLorean for sponsoring the channel and DMC. Still load a bit of tokens. But they do the token dispersion, I think, on the 24th. They did the 24th last month. Probably get it again this month and then in September. But I think I'm one of the only ones that had that deal where some of the tokens get paid monthly. I knew I didn't want to sell it, especially down there. So I'm one of the KOLs that actually have never sold. And I'm very proud of that. And I think the more times that I could do that, whether it's from Crappy Bird, whether it's here, Shiro, Definity, it doesn't matter. The more times that a token sponsors the channel and I don't sell, generally the better that I look. There's a lot of KOLs, that's all they do is sell. So yeah, this is exciting. Let's do, so that was DMC. Let's take a look at their Twitter today. The Twitter probably blew the F up. I can't see how it wouldn't. 218,000 followers over on X. Very nice. Let's do it for the last day and a half because I wasn't live. I was live yesterday for the Omi Homie show. I was not live doing my normal thing. So we'll do about an hour and a half, 2 hours tonight, and then I probably won't be around for a couple of days. This might be my last stream for a while. Why? Because I mean, I have a much needed vacation that'll be going on, in a few weeks, to Orlando with the charity function. Shout out to Turtle Golf on that. I'm going to go with Veve Magic, the Omi Homies, Max and Janie, Tammy Hanna, and then obviously Kuma. And there's going to be a bunch of people that meet us down there as well. But I am going for a little vacation tomorrow. It is well deserved, in my opinion. Anyway, David Goldstein says, some of you really faded the next $1 billion project. There is no hope for you. DeLorean Lab says DMC community, or I'm sorry, DM community, DM culture, DM crypto, $DMC. Then you have Virtual Bacon, that is a great name, 200,000 followers, saying, everyone thought the SEC would kill crypto. Instead, they launched the most pro-crypto initiative in US history. Project Crypto is dropped, and it's the biggest regulatory shift since 2017 ICO boom. Here's what it means for DeFi, ICOs, RWA. Oh, forms out in the morning. Hot dog, thank you. Doing a deal for someone, and forms go out in the morning. Let's go. Here's what it means for DeFi, ICOs, RWAs, and why crypto in the US might finally be free. This isn't just another SEC announcement. Project Crypto's full-scale push to bring US financial markets on-chain outlines legal path forward, ICOs, DEXs, token launches, RWAs, stablecoins. Here's what's changing. Most tokens are not securities. That's the SEC's new stance. For 5+ years, any token launch in the US was presumed guilty. Now distribution methods like airdrops, staking, and mining are being welcomed, not punished. It's complete reversal. No more decentralization theater. Projects no longer need to fake DAOs or pretend to be layer ones to avoid the SEC. SEC is creating clearer rules for what counts as a security, commodity, or collectible. Narrative chains are over, clarity is in. US users are no longer blocked, no more VPN bans, no more pretending the US doesn't exist. The SEC wants platforms to serve America directly with guidelines. This levels the playing field and opens access for the next 100 million users. ICOs and airdrops are back. Legal exemption, safe harbors, and disclosure paths, public token sales are now allowed again. Forget VC-only raises. The retail crowd can finally participate like it's 2017 again, but this time legally. Even securities can trade now. Your token shares revenue or has governance rights, no problem. The SEC now allows compliant security tokens to trade in the US. No more automatic delistings or legal gray zone. Clearer categories are coming, and the SEC will now distinguish NFTs, stablecoins, meme coins, digital commodities, and securities. You'll know what your token is before the crackdown. No more regulatory roulette. And DEXs are officially allowed. AMMs like Uniswap, Radium, Jupiter are recognized as legitimate infrastructure. No intermediaries, no brokers, no problem. For the first time ever, DeFi can operate freely in the US without hiding. Small teams get exemption. New DeFi startups can go live at reduced filing requirements. use whitelisted pools, verified tokens, and consumer safety tools, and launch without spending millions on lawyers. Tokenized RWAs are included. There's now a legal path to launch stocks, bonds, and real estate on-chain. ERC 3643 makes tokenized securities fully compliant, ideal for US RWA projects that were stuck in limbo. Then you have leverage. Leverage trading is back. CFTC regulated platforms can now offer margin for Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, and XRP. We'll get to more of that later. After 3 years of silence, this makes the US leverage friendly again on real platforms like Coinbase. And you have 1-year lockups that are essentially gone. Private sale investors no longer need to wait 12 months to trade. No more regulation cliffs. Projects can list faster, and price discovery can happen in real time. You have super app exchange licenses that are coming. Instead of 50 state licenses, US exchanges will operate under one umbrella. That means trading, staking, lending, IDOs, and wallets, all under one app, which has been a long time coming. This is bigger than just regulation. The SEC is signaling that crypto isn't just tolerated, it's part of the future US financial system. From startups to blue chips, the entire space just got legal runway. This unlocks everything we've been waiting for, from fair launches, legit airdrops, US-based DEXs, real leverage, permissionless apps. Project Crypto changes the game. This is one of the most bullish moves I've ever seen from the SEC. Crypto in the US just got clarity, confidence, and coverage. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. Got to love that. I like how they're tagging Bonk Inu for like, hey, guess what? Good morning, Bonk McFly. I thought that was really cool. They made a Bonk McFly. I didn't like that yet, but I will now. BitCub says DeLorean DMC prices changed. That this is 11 hours ago. 26%. The highest price was 0.13. Lowest price was 0.09 in the past 24 hours on BitCub. And obviously that was 11 hours ago. So I like their run DMC. And that was it for DeLorean Labs. Let's take a look at some of the people that are commenting. Wes, thank you for being a member, saying more bullish on OMI every day. Agreed. Same fam, same here. Getting a lot of messages, and I'll deal with them later. Veve Zombie says, yo, what up, Zombie? How's it going, fam? Safra the Cat says, evening, Randy. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. Good Cat. The cat in the house. Let's go. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. All right, we're done with DMC for now. Let's take a look at what we're going to do here. Do Shirou Nico, because we love our kitties. Down about 4.5% on the day. And we have over 500,000 in volume, which I do like. $6 million fully diluted market cap. Kind of forming a little tiny little double bottom there. Let's see how it is over the last 7 days. I just had that big bottom a few days ago. And then, again, kind of like that double bottom there. Almost like a triple bottom. And then obviously we had a beast of a decline a few months ago during the hack. However, if you go to all of the, looks like it's over 1,000% across all timelines, I guess, when it launched. Anyway, that's the Shiro. Let's take a look at, no, not now. Where's the Shirou Nico? 59,000 followers over on X. Oh my God, stop messaging me. 59,000 followers over on X, and they had quite a bunch to go over. Starting with Bitmars is official, saying, why is this in Russian? It would take me a while to read that. Novosti, Shiro Nico. Kotovitsia ki listinyaga nya Bitmart power drive. Yeah, that's gonna take me forever. And it's not giving me a thing to translate it. That is very strange. Like normally there's like a translate button, but it's not there. Okay, anyway. CoinMarketCal, 111,000 followers on X, saying 3 upcoming meme coin events. Floki, Shiro on August 8th, and then ALC. But that's a Bitmart listing on August 8th. That is in 2 days from now. We are getting ready to get that bread with Shiro, and we'll see what happens with it. Is that in Tagalog? But yeah, Bitmart Vietnam. I don't know. Vietnamese. Never mind. It's not Tagalog. Then Shirou Nico shared an idea on stock twits. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but they be sharing stuff. Then there is a lot of stuff with Bitmart. Really getting the Asians in there. And that was pretty much it for Shiro. Their pinned tweet was from like 6 days ago. I will, maybe I'll get a Shiro tattoo this month. I might get Dacat. I might get Shiro. I don't know what I'll get. But my tattoo artist owes me, and I'm gonna get that bread. Comment down below if you want a tattoo. Jamar Reese, what's up, Randy? What's going on? Sapper at the cat. Make sure to check out the cat link tree right meow. Right meow. I believe everyone should. What's up, Connor? How's it going, fam? Let's do some Devve and see where the Devve's at today. Pretty flat, down about 1% to 46 cents. And no, don't need to add that. 46 cents. There is 396,000 in volume, so it's very, very low volume. $40 million market cap. I keep buying more, and it keeps going down. I put like 45K into this. It's worth like 32 now. So granted, I got some of this at like 15 and 30 cents, and then I got some of this at like $1.50. So, you know, if you get in now, you get in at a cheaper price point than my dollar cost average. I have a bit, definitely want to get a bit more. I think at some point, I'm just going to blow out the rest of my savings and just be like, okay. But I really like Definity at these prices too. There was a Devve roundup this morning with Tom Anderson and Austin from the Devve team as well. Pretty bullish. That doesn't really tell us anything new, and it doesn't really get new people looking into it. It's just really for the community, which is great. I like that they're there once a week talking about the token, talking about the roadmap, utilities. Really wish that David and Okomi would do that. Now, granted, we can get Foster on all the live long day, and and that's great. We love Foster. I love that man as much as a man can love another man, not in that way. But you know, it just hits different coming from David, and and again, I see the like, okay, delegate. David's got a crazy bunch of important stuff to do because CEO of 2 companies. Why not just get Foster? He could do it, and he can. But it's just people like to have FaceTime with him. People like to see it. They like to see his face, and he goes on Spaces, and that's cool. But again, on Veve Spaces, it's really just Veve peeps there. On my show, you tend to get a lot of people there from Dacat, Definity, Ladies, Quacky, Shiro, like all these other things. Even on the Omi Homie show, like there's very few people that talk about Omi, and I'm on both of those shows. Like it's me and then the Omi Homie show. Obviously Rain and Dodger Stuff do. Dodger Stuff, I don't think has done a video in a while. Rain is live, I think, every Wednesday, and he often talks about Omi, which is great. So there is technically more than that, but just consistently, like every day, just generally not. And I know a lot of people don't have time for that. But that's just what I see from Devve. That's just what I see from Tom. Just every week's doing that. It's always in the Telegram. And again, I know David's got 1,000,001 things to do, and so I understand why he doesn't. But it would just be a little nice. Speaking of Devve, Tom says the only way to onboard is a wrap token. If you want to trade Bitcoin at high speed, low cost, there is no alternative other than a wrap token. There are some important points though. After it's wrapped, you have full control of its use, not your keys, not your crypto. You can take the wrap token and get the underlying Bitcoin back whenever you want. Our platform does not keep custody. The bailment partner keeps custody, and the bailment partner has an obligation to return your crypto even if the platform itself goes out of business. This addresses one of the big risks in crypto today. Once on our Devve platform, you have theft protection and private key loss protection, 2 other significant risks. The bailment partner has insurance for their loss. Between 3, 4, and 5, we address the 4 risks no one has in losing your assets. Or I'm sorry, in the 4 risks one has in losing your assets. No other platform has these protections. Keep in mind that native tokens just work on the platform. You never need to send your assets to the exchange to trade like any centralized exchange. You can trade directly without ever giving up control of your tokens, whether it's a native or a wrap token. Again, really love that going in from Tom Anderson over there on the Devve. Let's do Definity now because I mentioned them a bit before. I don't know what runs first. talking with a friend of mine before, heavy into OMI, Definity, and he's got a bit of Devve. Made a wicked good trade. He bought, I think, at like 60 cents, sold at like $1.20, $1.50, cleared his bag at like $1.70. Epic trade, right? But he doesn't have as much now. He has not a lot, like a few $1,000s worth. And he's like, right now I'm going to go into Devve. I was like, and he's already got a ton of Definity, and he's already got a ton of OMI. So like, I understand doing that before going into stuff that you already have. But he also said part of the reason is because he believes that moves first. Thinks that OMI won't be moving until next year, which is very possible. And Definity, I mean, I think that Definity and Devve probably move around the same time. I think Definity does absolute monster numbers towards the end of the year. Devve, I think it'll be a little bit more of a slow burn. Like I think it'll, after this quarter, I would be really surprised if it's still under 60 cents by the end of this quarter. You have about 7 weeks, eight weeks before that happens. But and again, that would only be like a 30% increase, so it's not a ton. I mean, it is, we're talking about stocks, but for crypto, it's not a ton. I think what really moves Devve is really going to be that really big announcement in November where they talk about some stock exchange partner. My guess would unfortunately be the London exchange. Beijing would be pretty awesome, and then obviously something like New York Stock Exchange would be even better. That'd be the best. But I think I've narrowed it down to kind of like those three. If you take a look at their new roadmap, again, you look at Q3 is when they're going to have that exchange partner announcement. Now, I don't think it's going to happen in October. It's possible it happens in December, but if they're still looking to launch the exchange in December and they want to kind of get this done, and they want to have some time to announce the partner and then market it, you probably want a couple weeks of that. So maybe late November, early December. But again, like just because that happens doesn't mean that there won't be growth before then. You might be a couple dollars before that announcement even takes place. And then you could, so crazy. I had a meeting with a client the other day, yesterday, 2 days ago. The days just mulled together. I've been so crazy busy. Talking about the three things that he's invested in as well: Devve, Definity, OMI. He's more heavy in OMI than anything. A bit of Devve, bit of Definity. Actually up on Definity because he got it like 2 cents. It's like, good for you, mate. Good for you. And it's like, where do we go from here? I was like, okay, if they all run at the same time and there's no chance for arbitrage, there's no chance to trade one into the other. OMI, and again, OMI could be down at these prices still by the end of the year if the NFT narrative hasn't hit yet. It's possible it doesn't hit till next year, or it's possible it hits in a few weeks. Like again, nobody has any idea. But I said, OMI could be down here, or it could be like 25x from here. And a blow off top, I think it goes obviously crazy. I think it goes to a couple of cents. He likes hard numbers. I was like, listen, we can't give you that. It's the future. Crystal ball doesn't work. But I was able to give him, I think, a bit more. I was able to give him a bit more harder numbers on something like Definity and Devve because of that. And again, this is a client of mine. I was trying to be conservative. I was like, okay, 30 cents for Definity, like 10x. And I think at some point, and I also think that they start doing $1 million per month before the end of the year. They're doing several $100,000 now per month, but I think before the end of the year, they go in and they start doing, $1 million per month. The market cap obviously is completely separate from that. The market cap's like $5 million, which is dumb. That is stupid. But again, we have no idea which one was first. Definity is already my biggest bag. I feel like I probably don't need more. I just want it. Anyway, and then we started talking about Devve, and I was like, listen, that probably does a 30x from here. It's like 30x. Like, yeah, probably. Which would be, 10, it'd be like $4. So this would be like $13, $14. And that I thought was pretty conservative. And again, these are the numbers I gave my client. Interpret with that what you will. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I'm not any of y'all's financial advisors. What do we have here? They have 17,000 in volume on the day. Not bad, but still a $4.7 million market. That's very, very low. You see that wicked sell yesterday, and then the wicked sell, I guess, earlier today. Yeah, I just, I already have so much, and I already own a bit of the company. I don't know how much more. Good problems to have, right? First world problems. So, Jason Pena, thanks for giving me, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for doing all that jazz. Give me the thumbs up, peace sign. O'Milly says, "Hey, what's up, everyone? What's up, O'Milly?" If you want to sign up for the Veve app, link down below, you get 10 free dollars. And if you want to sign up for the Devve exchange, link down below, you get your own referral code. Oh God, where did I just go? All right, it's going to take a while to get to everything, and I don't know who's real and who's not. I don't know who's real and who's not here, so we're gonna ignore a lot of these while we go over the rest of our stuff. Let's do. Hold on 1 second. I want to up you. These whales are crazy insane. Let's do. Oh yeah. Love the love that I'm getting from the DeLorean peeps. They're amazing. We did DMC. Oh, let's do Dacat. We haven't done Dacat yet. Love Dacat. Up 2.8% on the day. Oh, we're up 3% on the day. Go kitty. Go kitty. Birthday. And we are at $1,100 in volume, $2.2 million market cap. Let's go. Gotta love it when the kitty does kitty things. Omi, Devve. All right, where are we at here? Where are we at? Okay, Dacat. And we are at over $500,000 in liquidity. We've been fighting around there between like 460, 515. At some point when we reach like 700K in liquidity, it's clear that we'll be over that, 500K in liquidity for there. So again, really like that. Not much else to really go over. I talked to the monkey people, MONKE, and they're pretty happy with the first few pages of the monkey comic. A little background on the monkey character. He's just supposed to be this ape that apes into different cryptos. And I was like, my God, how am I supposed to write a comic around that? Like, Heinecoin was hard enough, and that turned out so good. Like, Heinecoin turned out so freaking good. But yeah, but this one I think is going to turn out, it's pretty good so far. It's again supposed to be about this ape. The main character is supposed to be that ape that apes into things. Like, okay, how do I put that into something that becomes a story that people want to read? How does it, do you have drama in there? Do you have action? Like, we're obviously going to have a bunch of that. But then how does that, where are they in the Dacat universe? What world are they on? Are they on their own world? Are they in another dimension? It's pretty fun. And probably not a lot of people will guess it. And again, I'm like 7 pages in. I'm gonna have to take a few days off. I'll be back on Tuesday, but yeah, good times. Good times. Anyway, that's Dacat. I haven't gotten a complaint yet from the writing. The writings for all of them are insanely good. Well, I mean, DMC is already at 80% on the day. Yeah, rate cut 100% next month. Well, it's 95%. Oh man, I don't know how many. Which one of y'all are real, and which one aren't? Oh, Kuma, what up, my fam? You're real. I feel like a beautiful mind over here because I don't know who's real and who's not. All right, the Devve Definitive. All right. Let's get to Omi. What a lot of people are here for. Go in on the Akomi. We are down 3% on the day, and really the last hour just Really down there, 000183. And we are at, what's the volume on this? It's 1.23 million in volume, so not a ton. $51 million market cap. This is not not a great look. 18% MEXC, 18% Gate IO, so we're looking at about 37% there because of their little things. And then Deepcoin, I'm going to guess is, I was going to guess 30, but it's 29.52% for Deepcoin. Price is at least still above 000118. Yeah, it's just they're going to have an issue. Like the community is doing fantastic. The company is crushing it. Like compared to a year ago, Devve, Veve and Omi, and Definity, even 6 months ago, companies just fucking on it, like all of them. And so the company is doing so much better than it was 6 months ago, and the price is down like another 20-30%. Like this is insane. This is stupid. Fuck, should get more, right? I don't need more. I do not need more. I shouldn't get any more. I have almost no money left. But this is how we do it. Meow, 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 meow. This is how we do it. And we are going to get I'll tell you all this, y'all. The goal is to have 1 billion OMI before the end of before the bull cycle really like comes in. I can't do it off of these like 500,000 here, 1 million there. I'm probably going to need to, and I need either Definity or Devve to run, and I don't know which one goes up first. I will be getting a decent payday. They're all months away though. Like the big paydays are probably going to be all when the shit runs. Man, one's a 5-figure payment. That's not bad, but one's like a big payment. And that, man, I don't have a fudge. I don't have a. I mean, we've been saying this for a while, right? Yeah, in 6 months, might not be here, and about 6 months, like all these things might be lower. It probably won't because of the Fed rate cuts, and I still want to get more. Illuvium went up so much the other day. It's like they're going up before I can buy them, so I want to get more flow. I want to get more. Again, Illuvium went up so much. Obviously, I talked about getting more DMC. I missed my window. Can't get it at 0029, 003. It's up 0055 now. So, and again, I think it's still cheap compared to what it will be. And I never sold any of my tokens, so but what could have been, and I'm still owed a little more tokens, but yeah, definitely what could have been. Should really get more Definity. Guys, I don't have. ETH do be up though. ETH do be up. We're gonna do a little swappy here though. A little swappy. Okay, we'll get to that later. Stream telling me 200. Okay, now Veve. Yep. If that is your real name, then yes, Veve, 100%. Good luck to everyone holding Shiro, and 100%. We love it. We love it. Dog boy, hey fam, what's with the Veve Alpha? Should I buy it? Secret Komi logo sitting there, $5.99. I honestly, I think 2 million, 2.5 million OMI, or 3 million OMI is probably the better bet. Although short term, I mean, fuck, OMI was in the 00017s the other day. It like the day on the day, it doesn't look that great. But again, the company is fucking crushing it. The community is crushing it, and it's just, At some point, that's going to reverse, and we just don't know when. And NFTs clearly are starting to run first. Some of the NFTs that we have here are so much more than they were 6 weeks ago. Yeah, so much more. Let's take a look at some of them. Let's do partner statue. That was at, it was like $900 not too long. It's $14.50 now. Goes from 14. If that one gets bought, then it goes to $17.69. So that one should probably get bought at some point. There's a 3-digit number 294 for $2,000. If that 1450 gets sold, then the 2000 one doesn't become that bad. There's no 2 digits on here. Yeah, there's no 2 digits at all. It's not even close. I have a couple 3 digits. Might sell them at some point. Might not. I don't know. Then we have Todd McFarlane, Batman. That has gone down a bit. It was up to 500 at one point, down to 424, 425 right now. But then as soon as that gets sold, then it goes up to 475. 3-digit at 499, and it's number 998, so it's not a great one. But the next 3-digit after that, really? The next 3-digit after that is $800? Maybe the one for 499 might not be bad. Bill Garzette picked up the cul-de-sac comics. Oh, good. Cool series. The airdrop is fire. I heard. Hit 3 common, uncommon on the drop, and the rest bought in the store. Bro, my boy Will got 3 secret rare on the drop. It's like, what? It's like, what? That's insane. I've never gotten 3 secret rare on any drop that it was nuts. Top? Oh, okay. All right, very good. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be incredible. Let's take a look back at some other stuff that we have here. Let's do a comic book. Let's do Amazing Fantasy and see where that's at. 165 for the common, 135 for the uncommon, 216 for the rare, 709 for ultra rare. Let's go, and $7,000 for the secret rare. One of the ones that just went up insane the other day was Marvel Comics #1. Now, the common through the ultra rare are pretty much the same price, but the secret rare went from like 2,900. It actually went to 9,000 at one point. It's $5,900 now. And it's by the Fireman's been selling everything. The Fireman's got 2 collectibles and 3 comics, and he is selling everything. Could be good if you want to strike a deal with him. Anyway, I don't know what caused the Marvel Comics to go out crazy, but it has. It started to. I think it was just time. But let me do Spider-Man here and see what he's at. Let me go back to. Gosh, where was I? I remember Kuma being on. Oh no, it was Dog Boy. Yeah, so I mean, you could get that. I don't really know how much utility is there for the Akomi Secret Rare logo. But I'm sure it'll go up at some point. Spider-Man, it's $5,800 for the Secret Rare Spider-Man. And again, that was under that is doubled, in 6 weeks. So that, the blue chip, the grails are really going strong. Let me see what the Riso's at, because I feel like Riso has gone up as well. 995. I don't think it ever really went below 500. I think it was probably it probably went below 600 a little bit. If it was 500-ish, it was like 550 maybe. I'm not sure. People say crypto's risky. Randy's stream always kind of clear it up. Why? Thank you. Who else we got here? Facet. I have no idea who that is. Yo, what's up, Ben and Korea? Thank you for being a member. Thank you for getting that bread with everyone and saying what's up to me. Let's do a couple more comics here, because comics have been moving. Let's do Fantastic Four #5, and then we'll do Fantastic Four #1. We'll see how that's. Fantastic Four #5, first appearance of Dr. Doom. $6 for the common. How many of them are there like that? Because I might get one. There's a bunch of them, so it doesn't really move the needle. But Fantastic Four #1, let's see where that's at, because I have a good amount of Fantastic Four #1s. I think I have like 30 of these. Does it say? It's going to show me. I have 40 Fantastic Four #1s. I don't think I need any more. I'm good there. I'm good. They're $8. I don't really need any more. Let's do the Veve Gold logo. Take a look at what they're doing. Because the Veve Gold logo, I think, is 5,400. I'll wait until it populates. Devve. Yes, I am up on Dacat. Sign up. Yep, link down below for 10 free doll hairs. Be rich. Crypto rate cut to Veve prices for the moon. 100%. Wish David was on Omi Home. I wish he was as well, but I think it was probably a good reason that he wasn't on. Maybe he was doing something that was going to help the company. I don't know. Oh my gosh, why is Veve so slow? There we go. At 5,400 still. I don't know when someone will buy that, but David said we are going to have a spectacular surprise for the gold logo holders in Las Vegas. Makes me not want to go to New York and only go to Las Vegas. Talk every week. Meow, meow, meow. Devve. Can't discern. I can't discern who's here is real and who's not. Veve totally on the rise. Moon maybe. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more comics while I slowly look at some of these comments and see which ones are legit and not. $10 for. Oh my gosh, buying. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, can somebody real speak to me, please? JL, my man, is True Value regret selling a Spider-Man? I'm sure. I don't know what he sold it at. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about that dude. Do Sentry #1, because I have a few of those. I don't have a ton. Commons are $4. Secret Rare is 800. Let's do Silver Surfer #3. That's the first appearance of Mephisto, and $3.90. Not really as low as I would like it. Let's do Apocalypse. I'm sorry, X Factor #6, because that's first appearance of Apocalypse. Love that one. And $10 for a common. That's still a lot. $3.20 for the ultra rare, though. The secret rares are not listed. I want to try Avengers #55. That's first appearance of Ultron. $7 for a common. I have 2 of the secret rares. I'm trying to sell one for $120 right now. The next one after that is $150. I'll keep you posted. Ooh, we got a star. Maxwell saying beer money. Yo, what up, Maxwell? Hey, oh. La, 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 la. We're gonna check the other Spider-Man because there's a lot of other Spider-Man to go. Let's try Rare Miles Morales. Probably 218. 218. There's no number 59 for 600. It's not bad. It's not bad. 59 for 600. Probably not bad. Now let's do Miles Morales Secret Rare. $8,500. Woo! A lot. Miles Ultra Rare. $348. I knew being the same price as the rare would not. That was not the same. That was crazy. And $1,300 for a sub 100. Honestly, that $600 for the sub 100 for the rare probably pretty good. Okay, the common Spidey 2099, $12. The special edition is $1,000 still. It's $998. I really wasn't expecting it to go this hard, but it did. And then the secret rare is, I think, a couple. Oh, it's $169. I expected that to go harder, but secret rare metallic red Spider-Man's at $215. Staying steady. And I think that's about it. Let's check Spider-Man Noir because that's always around several. But yeah, $5,500. We'll see if anyone wants to get that. All right. Where was I? Oh gosh, where was I? I can't remember who. I can't remember where I was. There's too many of these fucking things. $10 Veve for free? Hell yeah. Earth2 link. Okay, yeah, I assume he regrets it. Stream is solid, Randy. Really knows stuff. Gracias, gracias. Good for you guys. All right, Ironman616 reposting the stream. Thank you, my good friend. Let's take a look at. Oh, we did all the tokens. We did. All right, let's get to the news because there's a bit of it. Good news from Omi Token. Avantgarde Interactive says, like, yeah, you'll be able to use Omi in this game. They've been talking about it for like 4 years now. So I don't think this game is going to come. Like, GTA 6 will probably come out before this game. However, I'm so glad that something's going to come out and give Omi a little utility. Maybe it'll be good. Who knows? Oh, friends. Oh, I miss them. Oh, I'm going to screenshot that. Go. Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. Paul Graham says, I talked to a startup whose market cap, if they succeed, will be so large that we didn't even try to estimate it. It would sound like fiction to investors. I think that sounds like Devve. SEC says some stablecoins could be treated as cash. SEC has released new staff guidance that says USD-backed stablecoins may count as cash if they have guaranteed redemptions. TradFi may finally treat crypto as real money. As hysterical, Fresh ETH wallet bought a total of 39,000 Ethereum worth $143,331,282. Whales are heavily accumulating below the monthly key resistance. There is now a 50% possibility of the Fed doing 3 rate cuts in 2025. A week ago, it was around 20%. Giga bullish for markets. Digital assets are the fastest growing segment of the alternative asset market, with the category attracting $60 billion through July 22nd, after a record $85 billion cash injection last year. As you see, update staff guidance on accounting rules for US dollar stablecoin, Bloomberg. SharpLink acquired 83,561 Ethereum for $264.5 million at an average price of $3,634. $3 trillion Goldman Sachs expects the Fed to start cutting rates in September. Like I said, 95% chance. Echo712 says, word on the street is that Disney Fortnite Metaverse is dropping in 2026. Epic Games is working with Cavernous, and so is Veve, amongst other giants. Is something brewing? Is this coincidence? I think that they could be interoperable at some point. You know, that would make sense. I mean, Omi's kind of down as low as it's been in years. He goes, hey, Randy, how high do you think Spider-Man Secret Rare will go? Two things to think about. Not a super enclosed ecosystem anymore where there was no cash out, but you have crypto whales that can come in anytime, and it's super easy to buy with crypto. That did not exist last time. If they do an even offset, I think it goes back to 50 to 80 grand. If they do an even offset, it's possible that they don't. But I think that if it's not an even offset, what is there more of? Was there more hype last cycle in a project where you could not use crypto and you had to do some crazy stuff? There's no cash out. Or is it now, this cycle, where you're going to have like a lot bigger hype, a lot more money coming into the space, and you're able to use crypto? Optimistically, I would like to think the latter, in which case it could go to 80, 100,000. But, you know, it's a flex piece, but now there's so much more pieces out there. You know, it's hard. It's hard to say. I'll say 30 to 50,000 to be safe, and we'll see what happens after that. Who dis? Is that Devve? If it breaks below the mid 30s, one of the main watchers predicts. Yes, that's all from Definity. He's on Rain's stream every Wednesday. If it happens, I will blow out my credit cards and grab a fudge ton of Devve there. And I could be hacked. Anyway, who dis? Because I 500 throw. Agreed that there's nothing in her, so now going. Oh wow. Thanks, friend. Okay, my friend's dog. He thought she ate a squeaker, but the squeaker is not in her. So good for them. Okay. Anyway, let me ask you guys a question though. Y'all can smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways of Patreon. Smash the super thanks button down below. Super chat as well. That'd be great. Y'all are the best. Over and over again. Okay. Shiro's about to be bringing back the Vibes Friday, Bitmart Exchange. Friends, we hope you're ready. Video compliments of X your meme. That is really great. But yeah, what happens if there is interoperability between the Disney Fortnite metaverse and the Veve's Veveverse? I don't know. That, oh my God, that would be epic. No pun intended. Omi would like quadruple overnight, if not do a 10x. The hype would be so real. I don't know. And again, if it's not going to go real till next year, if Omi had already done, like 008 by that point, done 005, would still probably do a 4x, make it go to 2 cents like right away. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, dead internet theory is I believe a real thing. I believe it's a real thing. For anyone who gets the number 666 on the cul-de-sac was a Veve comic drop today. It's a $666 bounty. $6. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's minted that yet. Check Stacker. Definitely appreciate the major uptick that Foster Hilt has done with the Akomi account. I think it's the right time to accelerate. The momentum is just barely have swung into NFTs. It's like you could spend years in Italy perfecting a couple of dishes and you would have just barely scratched the surface on all the dishes that there are. A lot of good stuff. One looks underrated. Agreed. Oh, got all going to DMC Mooning. Yes, it is, brother. Yes, in fact, let's go back. We're going to check it multiple times today. 76 cents up on the day. Gotta love it. Gotta love it being up 76% on the day. There are a bunch of things happening in Web3 that slowly get attention bit by bit. Like for example, Moonbirds. They just did $1,000 airdrop for their holders the other day through towns. And stuff like that, I think, is important in accelerating momentum for the whole space. Like that is really exciting. And especially what DMC is doing today, up 70% in the day, that really brings eyes on some of these projects. OpenAI officially releases their first open source AI model, GPT OSS. Aaron Knowles says, "Veve fam, I want to send a special shout out to Doomswin Daily for being a real one in the community. He helped me get this badass Red Hulk because I mentioned in a space with him and OMLATs that he was one of my top favorite characters. They and so many others are showing me how amazing this community is. Official emoji, congrats on level 100. Randy Chavez, thanks for being a veteran, vet to vet. And Veve Magic, thank you for being so wonderful." What a nice man. Just got with some names you recognize. Oh, did you, Bill Gardner? You tell me right now. You tell me right now. Yep. If NFTs blow up this year, Omi will go crazy. God, it's gonna be great. Anya Bonita, I didn't know Devve exchange. Okay, yes, no problem. Yo, what's up, Veve Vet? How's it going, fam? Yeah. We love you, Veve Vet. Another veteran in the Veve community. SEC declares crypto liquid staking activities are not considered securities. To the moon. Dacat trends #1 on ticker trending. Gotta love it. This was me multiple years ago, 2022. Oh, God, I miss my body. Good times, good time. We'll do my best. Well, I typically just buy Omi, Definity, Devve. Y'all can buy whatever you want. Obviously, it's a free country in the US. I don't know about other countries. Stack around. Trump says, I'll meet Xi if we make a deal on China. Trump says the US is very close to a deal with China and will meet Xi Jinping before the year's end if an agreement is finalized. Trump says he asked for a meeting, and if we don't make a deal, I'm not going to have a meeting. August 12th is the deadline looms as both sides try to avoid a tariff snapback that could hit global supply chains hard. Trump also signaled new tariffs are coming on pharma, semiconductors, and chips. Oh, heck yeah, girl. Girl, tell me something, girl. Good evening. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need... Planet Vampires. I've been buying a little Senate token. Senate is good. I like Senate. Way down. I think NFT gaming could come. I like Senate. I like Spores. I like Essence. If they roll in before Omi, then yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I need to diversify more. All right, let's take a look at them. Let's see what Senate's at. Ooh, it's up 6% on the day. 6.8% on the day. And they are at $1 million market cap, 61,000 in volume. Very, very low, but yeah, I think they could do well also. What did I say? I like Spores, right? Spores up 1% on the day. They have a $200,000 market cap, 109,000 in volume. Where's this volume coming from? I never see anything go. Oh, it's on Gate.io. It's got to be bots. There's no way they have that much volume. Like, there's no way. The $1,000 on PancakeSwap and the $11 on Uniswap, sure. But there's no way, right? There's no way. That's a BNB. Like, the amount I don't like have any Spores. I should get more because they're like, go to their X. Take a look at Spores X, right? Spores Network. They have 172,000 followers. And here's what, like 9 hours ago, Refacta listing information. Claiming time August 7th. Dear Refactor investors, here's all the information about the listing of Refacta. Then they have the Verdra IDO sold out on the Spores launchpad. They are total raised 100K. How much of that do they make? Typical when you raise capital is like 4%. Network is base. IDO price is 0.08. Thank you for your incredible support. Bluebird IDO launches on Spore Launchpad. Bluebird app, 18,000. Leading blockchain technology company dedicated. Token price, okay. Total raise 200K. Like, they get so many freaking partnerships. I don't have a look at their books. I don't know the team. I don't know what they're doing with these funds. I don't know if they're operating in the black. I don't know if they're operating at a heavy loss, but I know that they're still making money. And as long as that money comes in, they have that chance to stay alive and to just go. Because again, like, they get so many people, and I know it's a revolving door. Like you're not going to have the same companies do multiple launches. Like but they're all doing it on Spores. And it's every day. It's multiple times a day. It's Chirp Protocol X Spores. August 6th. Okay. Then is Project Merlin. Then is Nero Chain. I haven't heard of any of these, but they're constantly raising tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're making percentages off all of that. And again, they have a big X. And $1 million seems like such a very small market cap for what they're doing. And again, I don't know the revenues. Like, we know what they're raising total. How much of that do they get? And even from those revenues, how much of that do they go on and have to pay? Like, is there anything in the war chest? Are they being bled dry? Do they have to sell part of the company in order to keep the lights on? I mean, but they're still being used. And I gotta think the company is worth a bit. The X is probably worth a bit. the network that they must have must be beautiful. And I wish I could take a look at the books. I don't know anyone from the team. I don't think I know anyone who's super heavy invested. Let me take a look at their Telegram and see if they, oh, do they not have a Telegram? Oh, shit. Okay, all right, we might be at the Telegram now. Can I join? Join this Telegram? Oh, it's just this. It's not like a Telegram where people can talk. Okay, I can claim right. Yes, mate, not airdropped. I've been talking about on my streams. Could someone put me in contact with the team? So I'd love to get them on for an interview. I don't even know if that's the right place to check it. Okay, I didn't mean to do it from the Refacta listing. Okay. Oh, it's 9 o'clock already? Ooh. Okay, let me copy that. Let me delete that. Delete, and let me say I'm live right now. I'm live right now. See if they. I don't think you can send pictures in there. If they could, that'd be great. Anyway, we'll see. I'll keep that tab open here, right there. Because again, I don't have a very small amount, and I literally have like no money left. Well, that's a lot. I have a little bit of money left, but it's not a lot, and I need to obviously get more money. Let's do 01, 02. Let's get a diddly do. Get a teeny tiny bit more. Oh, why are I'm gonna change my slippage then. Maybe that'll work. Swap anyway, because I changed my slippage. Yeah, this is I can't. This is probably I don't know. It says swapping. Okay, we'll see. Crypto gaming, yeah, 100%, 100%. Bill Gardner says I picked up the cul-de-sac comment today. Yeah, thank you for that. And did it? Oh, it traded. All he had to do is trade. Change that slippage a little bit of the bubbly. Only one OG, Randy Chavez, the real one. Let's go, Grumpy, my man. How you doing, bro? I don't know. 4chan went insane the last month. Okay, let's take a look at that. Remember when I covered that years ago? It's up 65% on the day, but that's on the day. Over the last 3 months, 780%. Over the last 1 month, 836%. Memes, I guess, right? Like clearly memes are like. I remember doing videos about it, like at least a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I did a video about it at like a $700,000 market cap, and it's 12 million right now. It went up like 30 million at one point, but if we go to max, you might be able to see it. Yeah, like this has that could be a wicked cup in hand. Like I don't know. Yeah, I remember making a video about it in 2023. It went crazy, and I just didn't have it for some reason. Oh, Grumpy. Say like you're my bae always. Sometimes I don't see comments until comments for a while though, because I get so many. So apologies for the delay. Yeah. Okay. Was I? When will you realize that a crypto's price nothing to do with how the company? That is a factor. I mean, is it the only factor? No, you're right. There's plenty of other stuff. Like if we do the multifaceted study on it, there's probably like 20 different reasons. If we do the multivariated study, yeah, there's probably like 18 different reasons. But how well a company is doing is definitely one of the bigger ones. So that definitely pushing back on that. Anyway, thanks for being a member. Max was saying, beer money, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get this bread. Let's get that beer money. Oh, the bots have stopped. Very nice. Very nice. We're good. We're good and happy now. I'll get to that later. Getting back to the 4chan here. Yeah, that's I don't know why it decided to go that crazy. That I mean, you had like a quadruple bottom there, and then just incredible stuff. Anyway, yeah, wish I still had that. Wish I still had it. Yeah, it was a hey Randy suggestion: get a trusted mod to filter out the spam during your streams. I don't want to pay anyone, and I know people would do it for free, but I would just feel bad about them doing it for free, and I'd be like, so I just don't. Maybe one day, maybe someday, maybe someday when this bloody skull has dried, the city is okay. I'm sorry. Let me get to. Nobody has talked in the Spores channel since I've gone in there, but we're gonna go back to the news here. Trump says 4 people are being considered to replace Jerome Powell as Fed Chair Reserve. Very good. Crypto Cosmos has let the speculation continue. Personally, I think there's more than meets the eye with Veve and Epic Games on this list together. Something is brewing. Veve official and Comey agreed. Elon Musk backs President Trump's call to federalize Washington, D.C. after heroic Doge team member saves woman from gang assault. I saw that. It's wild. A million? Yeah, this guy. In an SEC filing the other day, Michigan State's pension fund reported owning 300,000 shares of the ARK Bitcoin ETF as of June 30th, valued at $10.7 million. That's an increase from 100,000 shares previously reported as of March 31st. Good for them. Oh, Gary O pulled a secret rare for 3,000th comic. Oh my God. My God. Lady Gaga reigns supreme with 12 nominations at the 2025 VMAs. I repeat, she reigns supreme. Our Queen Gaga with 12 nominations in 2025 VMAs. There's these people called Degen Twins on Instagram. They started with just like $1,000, and their goal is to double their bets 10 times to $1 million. Now they've lost twice, but they just hit 200K. Let me see, and that was yesterday. Let me see if the Degen Twins are. Are they doing it? Oh shit, they're on like day 10. Oh sheesh. They could do it. They might actually be at like 400K. Anyway. No. Someone dressed as Sonic, and there's Funyun rings at the hysterical. Let's do this. Matthew Lambie says, Randy, did you think that when you got involved with Veve, that it would put you in contact with so many mentally ill people who hate everything? I do attract weirdos in general, which is very good, because not that I was like hated or anything anywhere that I went, but like let's say in high school, right? There's like you have like the popular crowd, and then you have like kind of everyone else. Then you have like kind of like the band geeks, then like the honor society people, the super smart people, the skaters, the weed heads, the kind of random athletes, the gamers, the nerds, the losers, and I'm friends with like most of them. Especially by high school, is because like when you're in like elementary school, you're kind of like friends with everyone. Kind of the same in middle school. Middle school you really start to branch out, um, but yeah, I remember being friends with kind of everyone, friendly with I think because I don't know, I don't know what it's called, but I've been very, I guess I don't even realize it. I know that some people just like have like a really hard issue making friends, and I've never been that way. Friends come like really easily to me. I think it's because like just be a chill person. Just be like, I don't know, fun. Be interested in what other people are talking about. And there's a line from Doctor Who. I don't even watch Doctor Who. And there's a line that says, out of all of the 900,000 years that I've time traveled through, and of the tens of thousands of people I've met, I've never met anyone that wasn't important. Because obviously, if one person, dies, like the whole world changes. Um, Supposedly, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely people that kind of take away, and the world would probably be a better place. But I digress. The point I want to make from that is that out of every single person I've ever met, they all had the ability to teach me something. They could all tell me something that I did. And it's one thing in like when you're a kid and people don't have the, when you're a kid, like you're very sheltered life. You're in this really tiny fishbowl, and then there's some people that like never leave their hometown. There's some people that just are in like a super small town and never really branch out from there. But as you get older, it gets a lot easier to have people teach you stuff. Like, especially like even as like, I don't know, like when you're young as like 12, 13, 14, like again, I've never met someone that couldn't teach me something. There's just so much knowledge out there in the world, we want to get it all. But yeah, that goes to the mental, like I won't say his name on here. But there was this dude in high school, and we were pretty sure that that dude was going to be a school shooter. So made friends with him, watched anime, and he never did any of the things. I didn't go into it thinking like, hey, I'm gonna do this so I can save everyone. I did this so that if he does do it, he's gonna be like, hey, you were nice to me. Don't come to school tomorrow. Um, but thinking about it now, if you have people that are doing that type of like, because I mean, school shootings weren't really that much of a thing when we were in, like, if it was, it wasn't like from the mentally ill. It was like, you got problems, like type of thing. It wasn't like I'm just gonna shoot everyone. You had Columbine, obviously, and you had like kind of that, but it really became an issue in like the late 2010s. Like, just yeah, that was insane. Um, but but yeah, I love the weirdos. I love the oddballs. I love the odd eggs. I love the quirky peeps, because that honestly, that's where you get the best stories. That's where that I've laughed probably more with. Maybe that's a lie. I don't know. I like really obscene things, and like everything is interesting to me. Like whether you're, I don't know what this is called, but there's these like adults, and there's these like super athletic adults. They're like maybe none of them are all adults. I don't know what it's called, but there's these girls that are not riding horses. They have this little stick with like a pony head, and they're pretending to ride and gallop, and they're jumping over like 5 and 6 foot things. Like, how are you doing this? And everyone in the comments is just like, bro, we need a new plague. Like, bro, kill it with fire. Like, bro, and I was like, bro, how are none of you getting that this is like some of the most athletic things that probably nobody in the comments could do? And like, I wanted to go to one of those shows. Like, how does that work? How do you get into that? Is there money in that? Is there a prize in that? Is there, from what I've noticed in the Pareto distribution, is that, and it works everywhere. It doesn't work here. Like in a company, 20% of the, or 80% of the work gets done by 20% of the people. 80% of the women get claimed by 20% of the men. does that same thing work in that thing? And I just, I don't know, a lot of things that people love to shit on, they're so interesting. Like I remember in Pork Fest years back, I was going back like 10, 12 years ago, short for Porcupine Freedom Festival, and it's with a bunch of these like kind of weirdos, but also very, very smart people that just thought outside of the box. Like they were all trading in Bitcoin in 2014, every single one of them, except for me. They were trading in Bitcoin and Dogecoin and bits of silver. I was the minority that was paying with dollars. Everyone's just like, bro, you don't have like Bitcoin, you don't have Dogecoin, you don't have bits of silver. And I was like, I don't. And there was these people there that just like you had like your far out of left field. There's like, you know, I don't trust the government. And I got like people that legit like lived as off the grid as you could. Like they had their, and I'm not saying that's like bad. They had their beans, they had their fire starters, they had all this. They like, I got my bug out bag, I got another property that nobody knows about. It's under a different name. Like, what the heck? They didn't use banks. They buried money in like holes in the ground. But you also had the people that were not as extreme, that were like, yeah, listen, I'm a pilot, I do this, but I also don't trust the government. I have a bunch of guns because, and you know, you had a couple people that were Jewish, and it's like saying like, you know, my grandparents were in a concentration camp, and it wasn't that far long ago that those things could happen. It doesn't take that long to have a government really go out of control, and that's why you need guns. And I mean, I like guns because they're cool, but yeah, that made sense. And they're like, listen, like in case shit hits the fan, like yeah, it probably never going to happen, but I have a bug out bag. I know exactly what to bring. Where I'd be fine for like a month, not in my house doing whatever. And like most likely, everyone at Pork Fest is probably on like a watch list. I know several of them definitely on no fly lists. Um, there are, and there are people that just thought logically. They were relatively normal, but you know, and again, every one of those people could, you know, taught me a bunch of stuff. Um, and again, if I would have gotten to Bitcoin then in 20, like I'd have like $100 million right now, you know. But I didn't because I was stupid. Didn't get it. Oh, thank you, Shiro Nico. Oh, Millie says, how fun will it be if we're ever able to tweet out, hey, BankerBot, buy me first appearance Spider-Man on Stacker World from Marvel using OMI, and it sends you confirmation. Then O'Milly says, someone let me know if Randy Chavez covers his post on a show. I just did. Just did. Just did. Oh, that is not the, okay, no, undo, delete, delete, delete. Oh, Millie, how could I not? Okay, this is not letting me. Why do I go? Oh my God, this is so funny. All right, Twitter is really pissing me off today. Okay, I can't. It won't let me comment. I'll just say like, okay, just covered it on this show. Millie want to come on? Maybe we can get him to come on. Let's get him to come on. Where is the subject? Subject. Testing. Copy. Oh my gosh. Where are you, Omili? Omili, 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 Omili. Let me give you a meow paste. Come on. Come on. Come on, Lee. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I feel like that that Hollywood Undead song. Everywhere I go, bitches always know. But I'm not gonna finish the rest, but like everywhere I go, I do tend to attract the, you know, the kind of the crazy ones, and I fucking love that. Like I've met very interesting stories and very, and some of them just the best people that just like are just awesome, and just cool, good loving people, and I wish I could spend more time with them. I was talking to this girl the other day. This is probably like a week, like 10 days ago, and she is in this situation where she has this ex that doesn't really have a lot of friends, and like she is like the main friend for him, And I was like, that sucks. And because I like have that opposite problem where I have the issue where I cannot hang out with everyone that like I haven't told most people that I'm going to New York like tomorrow, right? Um, because I'm only going for 4 days. It's jam packed. I have not 1 minute to myself, which is fine. That's exactly how I want it. If anything, I'd like to have even less time. I'd like to spend all the time with. Anyway, it's just that even at like the events, like like from Veve and like I love hanging out with people, and I just you know, and everyone kind of has their cliques, and I feel like I'm fairly cool with all of them. Um, I wish I could spend more time, and unfortunately, like there's some people be like, "Oh, like, dude, what's going on? Like, you gotta tell me about this." Oh, give me 1 sec. Let me, let me go over here real quick, and then I don't see them the rest of the time. It's like, man, you know, I yeah, that's really hard. Not and like there's a couple of good friends that I really want to help dedicate the time to, and I just can't. I just have I'm not getting a ton of sleep as it is, and it's like what's the point of like having all the success, having all this influence, and then if you can't help, and it's just yeah, that gets hard. If I didn't need sleep anymore, then yeah, that'd be great. Give it up cold turkey. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But anyway, I also think being a genuinely decent person also helps because then people are not that like I don't know. I feel like people are really not really wary toward me. It's like, oh no, he's cool, he's chill. He would never. He would never share me. Just take my shoes, right? Um, I don't know. I feel like that's a very long-winded answer, but I thank you for the question. The baker saying, "Hey, hey, there's nothing else I can say." Omi is the homie, 100%. We have somebody saying at all-time high, Omi hit 1 cent with zero utility, just hype, Logan Paul momentum. Today, stronger app, better tools, just 2 triggers. Tier 1 exchange, Omi utility on Veve. That's all we would need. 1 cent would be the floor. 3 to 5 cent would be realistic. And 10 cents wouldn't be a dream. It would just be an execution. Or just be execution. And yeah, kind of agree with that. There's Shiro. Oh, there we go. The translation to Bitmart Vietnam. Hot news, Shirou Nico listed on Bitmart, power drop, 30,000 USDT equivalent in Shiro. 3 simple steps, you KYC, you earn tickets, then you share the rewards. Requirement is complete KYC before 1 p.m. on August 12th, Vietnam time. And the duration is 1 p.m. from August 6th to August 12th, Vietnam time. Very good. Very good. James Bain 2000. Speaking of the Mark of the Beast, have you heard of the new seismotode bearing the infamous 3-digit? You got to send me a link to that. Send me a link to that because that sounds awesome. Or it might sound awful, but it sounds cool. Let me know. I want to look. Planning to go to Vegas and New York. I'm 100% going to be at Vegas. I am 100,000% going to be at Vegas unless something horrible happens. 100,000% be there. New York Comic Con. Listen, guys, I know like crypto's getting awesome now, but O'Malley's doing a space, about to go eat dinner. Copy. Who eats dinner anymore? How long does it take to eat dinner? That's another thing I've been very blessed with. I can eat very, very quickly. Again, I have a wedding in 2 days. I get to be with someone tomorrow within 24 hours, probably like 22 hours, 20 hours. We'll see. And I've been dieting a little bit. Still not as obviously good as what I want to be. Obviously I can't work out, so my body is disgusting. But I believe it is much less disgusting now than it was a few months ago. Yeah, I don't think I can justify going to New York, spending $3,000 to $5,000, and then when I could buy crypto, especially if my accountant just got back to me today. I don't know how much I'm going to have to pay in taxes. It's going to be a lot, like a lot. But yeah, I don't know if I can justify spending 3 to 5K in New York when I could just buy more Definity, Devve, Omi, if they're still down there, right? Like, because that's 2 months away. 2 months, it's like 8 weeks. What the fudge? Okay, hold on. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 weeks away. 9 weeks away. We'll see. The Pokemon's outperforming 30% of my crypto backs, 3x this year so far. Pokemon to the moon. Ringo Dingo says, Randy, Essence low. Good time to buy or wait for a lower price? Of course not. None of this is financial advice. Anything can always go lower, right? But give me $1 million. I'm 100% stacking down here. Not the whole thing, obviously, probably even just a fraction of it. But and then if it go lower, I just buy more. But if okay, Travis, I got $1,000 to my name. What do? I have no idea. $1,000. I don't know. Yeah, it could go lower. But what's your time horizon? Your time horizon is a year. Well, it shouldn't matter what it does in the next 2 months, right? But again, none of this financial advice. All field Pokemon products have the same chart, up and to the right, 100%, because there's always going to be less of them. Old stuff anyway. Omi Child saying strong. Rico13 says a lot of Binance posts seems a little meow. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe. Veve's 100% profitable. What are the DGen twins bet? I don't know. I think, are they doing blackjack? I have no idea. Top 5 gainers on KuCoin. Number 2 is DMC. Let's go. Meow. And ever. Let's make this last forever. And ever. Let's make this last forever. SEC declares crypto liquid staking activities are not securities. This is likely referring more towards the staking of proof of stake protocols as opposed to just staking a token to earn more rewards, where the staking is not integral to the security part of the protocol, just my opinion. Actually, Dr. Stuff's opinion. And Texas Supreme Court has now ordered the runaway ringleader of the Dems fleeing Texas to respond to Greg Abbott by Friday. MAGA. Oh, I want to see what Block is doing. Because Block went up crazily the last couple of days. Damn, Block's up another 18% on the day, 19%, almost 20% on the day. And Block is up 600% on the month. Yeah, that's went insane. Go Block. It's your birthday. Meow. Let me go to my friendo that I know has a little bit. Block. Let me give you those eyes. Up 20% on the day. That's nuts. Okay, moving on. Galaxy Digital has added 4,272 Bitcoin in Q2, increasing its total holdings to 17,102 Bitcoin as of June 30th. Michigan State's pension fund reported owning $10 million of the Bitcoin through ARK's ETF. Real OGs remember when that was 100% love, even when Cavell was a promoter. Those are the good old days. Oh, the good old days. I wish there were a way to tell when you were in the good old days before you've left them. Cat216, that's called emotional intelligence. That's what you bring big time to the table, Randy. Yeah, probably a bit. Yeah, and honestly, like, a part of that is just, I want to say like, oh, you gifted. Part of that is just whoever, if this is a game, they put a bunch of stats into luck and into making friends easily. That's where a lot of my stats, like, again, a lot of people just I feel like I'm cool with everyone, Um, but honestly, a lot of it really helped from cartoons back in the day. It is just I don't know, like, again, so there was, and I mention this a lot. Um, there's a Pokemon episode where Ash gets separated from Misty and Brock in a snowstorm, whiteout, and he's not in warm clothes, right? Um, and he brings out his Pokemon. He's in this cave. He's like, I know Charmander has a tail that's on fire. We can all gather around it. Then it starts to get weak. It's like, okay, Charmander, too cold for you. Back in the Pokeball. And it's like, actually, yeah, it should be really warm in all your Pokeballs. So he puts all of them back, in the Pokeballs. And he's like, Pikachu, I know you don't like going to your Pokeball. You don't want to do it. I'm your trainer. It's cold out. Like I'm giving you this command. And Peach said no. And then all of the other Pokemon came out of their Pokeballs. Like, guys, I didn't summon you. And then they just said no. Like, we live together, we die together. And that one, he said, like, okay, we'll all be cold together. And I was like, that, like, that has stayed with me for 25 years, probably stay with me for another 25, and or the rest of my life, however long that is. From that, like that's, I don't want to say that's like like, supposedly in marriages, you know, each spouse should try to give 60%, like, of the effort. And if they both do that, then that's supposedly a happy marriage. I view friendship as that, loyalty as that, like like that was my bar for like friendship. And then as because like I'm fucking crazy, and yeah, I would totally do that for someone. Um, then I got older. I was okay. Most people are not going to do that for other people. It's like, okay, you have to learn, how good of a friend are they, and set your expectations to that level, because not everyone's going to do that. And I'm not saying that everyone should do that, should be ready to do that type of thing. Like, some people are just not that way. Like, not everyone's the Captain America that's ready to lay down on the wire, let the other person walk over. Not everyone's going to do that, jump on the grenade and let everyone else live. Um, most people actually would not do that. But that doesn't mean that you can't just enjoy someone's company, and and again, I wish I could do that. So many people, and I just can't. No time. But yeah, I think that's a general good rule. I think it work in marriages, relationships, friendships, if each one tries to give 60%. And honestly, like, just be a cool dude. Like, just be chill. Don't be crazy. I know it's a lot easier than it sounds, especially for people that get very neurotic and get very anxiety ridden, whatever. But anyway, Matthew Lambs is breath. But you have people that hate Foster, and they hate O'Malley, and they hate Lambie. No, nobody hates Lambie. We love Lambie. Hate Dan and David. Hate Slimy and Dr. Rob by Collectible Trees. B and Masteroni. I feel they're correct. Yeah. Obviously, you have haters. Like, anyone that's successful has haters. So it makes sense that everyone on that list has haters. And those people are, so if you want like the Gary V answer, talk to them, pray for them, kill them with kindness. And I did that for a while. There was somebody years ago that made a video about me saying like, hey, my Randy's this, neckbeard freak that, lives in this basement, and like, some of it made me laugh. Like, some of it was actually, it was pretty funny. So I reached out to him. I said, hey, just caught your video. I like your Iron Man shirt. I think we have a lot in common. He lived somewhere in Florida. I was like, me and my girlfriend are gonna buy a house down there soon. Let me take you out to dinner. I think we'd be friends. And he's just like, you know what, man, Randy, you're just cool. I was like, oh, thanks, bro. Um, and I and that's probably the correct way to deal, like, with everyone. or you should. But there's so many there's so many people that are, there's a line between like people that are just beside themselves because they bought the top and they either sold the bottom or they have a bunch of paper losses and they're just salty about, like, some people don't handle losing money well. And I come from an era where in 2020 I lost $150,000, not from any bad investments that I had. It was from the fact that I had a business where I would lend money out to business owners, and the government just said, like, yeah, you can't work anymore, which was horrible. If there was, yeah. So I've been through this before, where I've lost, well over six figures. So when I finally became a millionaire, and then that owe me again, then losing six figures to losing seven figures, it's like, okay, it hurts a little more, but I've been here before. It's like, there's a thing that boxers know of called half dream world, where you basically get punched into having an acid trip. You see geckos playing the cello, you see colors, you see colors that don't normally see. And Muhammad Ali talks about that in his book, where one of the times he was fighting Frazier, that he was in half dream world. And he said, I was, but I've been here before. I could put on my glasses and act cool. Whereas Frazier, that was also knocked into half dream. Frazier or Foreman, one of the fights, he was knocked into half dream world as well, and he said he'll complain of a slow count because everything seems faster in half dream world. I've been punched in the face before economically, so going from in the seven figure down to where I think Omi's down like 50,000. Like my Omi is worth. I essentially consider it lost, basically nothing, because that's not what I bet. I mean, that's what I bet all my chips on last time. But the first time telling anyone this is that I wanted to, in these last 4 years, 3.5 years, make myself a millionaire again, having nothing to do with Omi. And I'm pretty freaking close. Again, Omi aside, between the YouTube channel, the other companies that I have money in, the other cryptos that I have, and the other thing that I do, it's pretty close already. It's definitely way more than halfway there. It's like probably 75 to 80% there, not including Omi. That would be, and again, if something happens in November, the channel alone will be worth over $1 million. But again, I wanted to do that to show people that, hey, I put it all in on Omi last time, and then I could be a millionaire again within 4 years. And yeah, it's been 3.5, so it'll happen before the end of this year. And I forget where I was going with this, but it's just to show people that, like, okay, most people, maybe they lost a couple thousand or tens of thousands of dollars. I lost over $1 million, and like, I'm not here like complaining about it. I fucking did the work. I got back up and millionaire again within 4 years. So there's really no, like, I have zero sympathy. I don't want to say I have zero sympathy, because again, I've been through it before. So the people that have lost money and they're beside themselves, if you could drop two bottles identically, right? One bottle shatters into 1,000 pieces, and it's useless. It's a pain, gets thrown out. But another bottle can use that drop, and suddenly it's a jagged weapon. And a lot of people that are complainers and fudders, that they are the former. Me, I'm the latter. And they just so again, like, people have options. Like, bad things are going to happen to you. It's how you react to that badness and horribleness. How do you react to tough times? And this is my litmus test for investing in a CEO. This is my litmus test for investing in a partner, business partner, and relationship. Like, how do you handle stress? If you're someone that freaks the F out, like, I don't want you. One girl, Natasha, that I dated years back, where it just, I, people storming the gates. Hey, I'll take the back door, you take the front door. Okay. Many other girls, hey, hide in the tub because it's going to be safer for you there. Not that I live that life anymore, but yeah, like, how do you handle stress? How do you handle things when they don't go your way? And I saw this even growing up as a kid. Like, when you're messing up at a video game, do you get like mad and pissed off? Like, do you rage out, or do you just say like, God damn it? What, like, how, like, and this is what I don't get. Like, this is what I see a real weakness in men about this, where they like can't control their anger. And yeah, granted, I had that same issue for a long time, and maybe it has to do with I'm older now, maybe a little bit less testosterone. But some people, like, and it always happens with people that tend to not know how, like, people that don't know how to fight are the first ones to be like, to go like wildly swinging, and it's freaking insane. The people that I know that like to fight the least are fighters. And so again, it's just people that just, they're freaking out, they're raging out. Okay, you clearly don't have control of anything in your body. And it's like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, like, you should feel your emotions, you should feel your feelings, and yeah, sometimes get mad, do it, whatever, we'll do it. But yeah, I just, so the people that are besides themselves, they lost money. Okay, you're complaining. What is that going to do? Like, that's not going to solve anything. You're still going to have lost money. You can double down and invest in a project that is likely going to do a minimum 20x from here, in my opinion. Most likely, though, I think probably like a 50, 100x, if not more. Because again, the health of the company is just incredible right now. It's been, that health bar is growing. Or like, what they do, like, oh, I lost. Okay, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to lock in your losses? You're going to double down? You're going to invest in other stuff? What have you learned? What did it teach you? And again, they don't have much of a clue. And then you have the actual fodder, like just the haters that just are trolls, and I don't want that negative energy. That's why I block them. Like, if you're someone that just like kind of makes fun of people, like, if it's funny, that's like, I have that sense of humor where a lot of times I laugh at very inappropriate things, and that's gotten me in trouble. I will. That has probably cost me sponsorships. It's probably cost me a lot of things, but I don't think it's wrong. Like, comedy is supposed to provoke. Comedy is supposed to leave you differently than when it found you. And it's unfortunate that certain things are funny. 4chan is a great example of that. And there's a lot of stuff on 4chan where you could go on, especially nowadays, the younger generation. And I know I talk a lot of shit about the younger generation. Every generation does that to the generation lower. I definitely respect them for a lot of stuff that they're doing, but a lot of people are so like, it's even my generation too. They're so offended by everything. If they go on 4chan, they'll be like, oh, who do I report this to? They'll go all Karen. But you get such funny, creative things on there, and it's hysterical. So again, if you're like out just like making fun of it, like, yeah, if it's funny, that's cool. And if you're doing it to be funny is one thing. If you're doing it to be like a dick, okay, just a dick. I don't care if people make fun of me. I care if people lie and they purposely spread misinformation, and I block those people. Because they're dishonest and they shouldn't be trusted. And honestly, like, maybe they're okay in other parts of their lives where they could maybe be a net positive, but if you're a net negative force in the universe, I don't want you in this universe. I like if you're a drain and you cause more harm than good, you should not be here. Like, they do that with companies. every month or every couple months, they take the bottom 10%, they review them and be like, hey, you're in the bottom 10% of performers. You either have to change your game, you have X amount of time change, or you're gone. And if they don't, they constantly get better people in there. A lot of the fudders, like the liars, like no, like I don't want them in my life. They shouldn't be in anyone's life. And again, it would be probably again, just because you're lying about one thing doesn't mean you're lying about other stuff. But if you're lying, bro, that is a telltale sign that I never want to deal with you in anything. I mean, it's one thing. It's like, hey, does these pants make me look fat? There's that versus like the Akomi team are actually scammers and they're selling, they're dumping on people. It's like, okay, you're fucking lying, like misinformation, and you're costing people money from that. So for that, like you're probably not a good person. And if you're not a good person, if you're net negative in this universe, yeah, I should probably not be around. Do I wish them dead? It would probably be better and be more efficient if they turned into good people where they were net positives, as opposed to making a new person, replacing them, and then spending all the time and money, So if I had a wish, it would be that they would just become a better person. But if it's just, the other way. Anyway, again, love the question. That was a good one. But they still hang out in the Veve Discord and make YouTube Veve videos and comment under every Veve tweet. I see. Yeah, there's a Randy Chavez like FUD group. There's at least one on Twitter, one on Telegram. I was telling my friend this the other night, and yeah, it's. I think it was Jay-Z. So I was like, how's it feel to be? You hate me without knowing anything about me. How's it feel to be a hater? There was another quote where it's like, you claim to hate me, but you still buy all my stuff. You listen to my music. You're still a fan. Like if you claim to hate me, but you still like, they all still watch my videos, and they clip them and they talk about them. So they watch, like the fudders probably watch more of my stuff than my successful friends do, because they just don't have time to watch a 2-hour video, 2.5-hour video. So again, are they still fans? I mean, they watch everything. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Come on, Lee. I'm so glad you got the reference. Is it true? Let me for three-time arguments that is continued. Bro, Matthew Lambie's my boy. Why you coming after Matt Lambie? Lambie's my boy, bro. He's my dude. Struggling to Hang says, when you have the chance to be kind or be right, choose kind. I feel that's you, Randy. So I should do that, and sometimes I do. But there's like there's somebody I know, like actually a good friend of mine, and she's under this like delusion. No, I don't want to say delusion. Oh yeah, like so in this group chat, there's this one guy that said like, all billionaires are assholes. You only got there because you stepped on people. And I was like, listen, I'm sure there's hundreds, if not thousands, of examples like that. And generalization, you're probably correct. But you can't put a blanket statement on that. Like, I know 3 billionaires and they're all fucking awesome. Like they are awesome people. And I don't know, like to make that blank, like it's like they hate the 1%, they hate success. And just that's not, and again, I'm sure I'm pretty sure I know which people that are assholes, right? But to make that blanket statement like that, like it's a fact and it's not true. And so I had to say, like, listen, I can't speak for all billionaires, and I'm sure they have that reputation for a reason. So you're probably right in most cases. But I know 3 and they're fucking awesome. And this one other person, in that group chat is just like, bro, I hope all Republicans just die. And I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, you want like most of the military to die? You want half the country to die? Like that's insane. Like that, and it's just And this person is generally not that hateful of a person. It's just a lot of the media, and granted, I see that on the right as well. I see on the right be like, oh, all liberals are call Alex Jones here, all liberals are dumbasses. Like, and it's just like not the case. It's like I have a lot of friends on the left that are exceedingly intelligent, more so than me in a lot of cases, and depends on the subject. It just so I have to call out, like, and maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just stay silent. Maybe I should be like, but for that type of thing, like for that type of thing to say, like, all Republicans should die, and like all like those blanket say, I can't let that go. I sometimes wish I could. No, happy I'm like this. So again, it's not just the left or the right does it too. They all do it, but like I remember posting and most of my friends on Facebook are left when, and this happened twice, Trump got COVID X amount of time. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. I'll bring up this post. I hope Trump gets better. I think this was from me. Shoot. No, it's not. Hope president? I'll just put, if I hope president, then that might be, okay, 5 years ago. No, this is not it. Let me just put president, because I know if I go to posts, there's going to be a lot of these posts though, because I put president in a lot of. Okay, 11 weeks ago, I posted on May 18th, because Biden got diagnosed with something. I said, I hope President Joe Biden gets good treatment options and gets better. Heart. I know there's a couple people on here that are hardcore Republicans. They like that. They care to react. Friend Donna, I don't know what Donna is, right or left. And I just lost a friend to this cancer. It's horrible. I hope those get better also. And then there was oh no, the post got to be from me. It's just from me. Fox News. Oh God, there's a lot of, I posted a lot here. Christy for Dr. Memes down below. Amazing. Okay. All right. Is it Trump COVID? Post from, no, I don't care about the date. Post from me. Conspiracy. How Trump. Do I just put Trump and see where the post was from? You. Make friends, leaders, military, a few weeks. Oh, and Josh. Go candidates, run my sleep. Everyone tonight. Okay, maybe I dreamt this. I could have sworn that I made a post when he got COVID in like 2020 or whenever he got it. I guess it's not here now, but I swear I made a post in 2020 that was like, Trump got COVID. Like, I hope President Trump gets better. And the amount of just attacks of just like, I hope he dies. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? Like, and it like, so my friends on the right never said anything like that on Biden, but all the friends on the left just like, I hope he does. Bro, that's a sitting president. And it's like, it was insane. Anyway, again, both sides do it, but the left did not hold back, like Jesus. But yeah, so sometimes I'll say, yeah, I really should try to be kinder more, but sometimes I just can't hold back. Miles is about the mindset. Hope you make that your end goal, my dude. I hope so too. Okay, guys, I'm never kind to futters. I call it out. Don't hold back words, my man. Love you, Khaki guys. They've all blocked me. Same fam. Five hours. I control the hell out of people. Been doing it a lot since AOL 1.0. However, when someone rage baits you, sometimes the best troll is to be immune to reacting to them. Watching them flip out is satisfying. That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Dacat, remember the name. You ready? For those of you who want to know what it's all about, it's like this, yo. 10% look, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power. Freaking love that song. So good. All right, moving on. Ricky Franco, that Matthew comment was not nice, guys. Love Matthew Lambie. Love him. Omni is Ricky Franco. Ricky Franco. Bad Ricky Franco. Needs professional New Zealand help. Nani? He's a weeb. He's a weeb. Makes me happy to know that you didn't. Bro, are you like, why are you such a fucking dick? All right, we're gonna ban Omni. But we'll keep Ricky Franco because that account hasn't said anything bad yet. But yeah, probably Lambie, probably. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to the news here. Rick Sanchez. Love is just a chemical reaction that compels animals to breed. It hits hard, Morty, then it slowly fades, leaving you stranded in a failing marriage. I did it. Your parents are going to do it. Break the cycle, Morty. Rise above. Focus on science. Love him. On this day, 6 years ago, I made 2 sales. One was $420. One was $69. Very nice. Comment down below. Meow, meow, meow. BlackRock just bought $88.8 million worth of Ethereum. Whales be loading. Fed will cut rates. Odds now 95%. BitBridge go public as Bitcoin treasury firm launch and Bitcoin-backed loans. Kakao Bank signals entry to South Korean stablecoin market amid regulatory push. UK-based Bitcoin treasury firm Satsuma raised $218 million, an oversubscribed convertible note, round backed by Parafi, Kraken, and others. What I also I've heard a good friend of mine told me recently, is like, plenty of times I was right, Randy. I'd rather be happy than right. I'd rather avoid the fight, even if I am right. And he would agree with his partner, even if she was wrong. That has been hard for me. That has been a very big issue for me. I wouldn't say that big of an issue, because I mean, if it's just somebody that you have like no idea who it is, I don't care. Yeah, be right. That's fine. But if it's someone that I'm supposed to be with and love, it's like, can't you see any validity in my side, please? Like, does this not make sense to you? And like, it's the thing. Like, it's not that I don't care if I'm wrong. Like, I'm happy if someone points out, I see your point, but because of these reasons, X, Y, and Z, that's why, like, I see it this way. I was like, okay, I see that. So again, if somebody points out to me why I'm wrong, like, hey, you're talking about this, but you're not taking into account this, this, and this. Oh yeah, you're right. I would love to see that, and I do see that every now and then. And I just, most people don't like to be told that they're wrong, and I understand that. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes to be wrong, but I don't want to live in ignorance. I want to learn stuff. So yeah, I guess I don't know. That gets hard for me. I'm gonna get Demon Slayer on Veve. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. Fantastic Four number 3 is now no longer 15 gems. It's now 10 gems. I think that'll be great. Will it sell out? I don't know. Trump signed an executive order imposing an additional 25% tariff on India. Trump says he donated his presidential salary to the White House Historical Association. Very good. Very good. Here's your reaction. We do have Demon Slayer. Another Ricky Franco. I don't, guys, I do not have any NDAs with Veve. I've never worked for the company. I've never worked for a Comey. I get David on the stream sometimes, and like that's it. And I've helped introduce some people to David sometimes, but like that's it. That's the extent of it. There's no official agreement between me and the company. I don't know any inside info. He hates peas. Like I don't know if that counts, you know, like, but I don't. But I'll tell you this though, even if I did, you'd never be able to tell. That's literally what I was trained in. NASDAQ listed Cosmos Health secures $300 million financing to launch Ethereum treasury strategy. Everyone wants to buy Ethereum now. Ooh, hot dog, it's Wednesday. Connected to, connected to the nines. Heck yeah. Foster Hill saying, been seeing some of the fam having fun using Banker, and I'm always looking for new ways to get my hands on OMI. Let's give this a try. Banker bot. Buy me $100 worth of OMI on base, this contract address. Apparently he did well. There is 19, for the mint number 1961 on Saturday, it is $1,961. We got Watch Guru saying, just in Dubai officially approves first crypto options license. Very good. Very good. Take over. BRICS to discuss joint response to President Trump's tariffs. China to allow launch of its first crypto stablecoin, even though they just banned crypto, which is wild. Lemort Toujours says, fam, is there any option better than this to buy OMI for swapping ETH to OMI, etc.? Puzzle says the Coinbase fee 1% seems to be where you're losing the difference between the amount swapped and the amount received. You could use a wallet like Uniswap, 0.25%, or the Binance Web3 wallet. They also have cheaper fees. You'll also have to pay gas multiple times to move tokens, which only are like 10 to 15 cents. But for the hassle and to save $2, it's up to you, whether you just do it here. Either way, I'd lower the slippage to like 1% max. No need for one that high on a purchase that size. Bitcoin supporter, Senator Marsha Blackburn, will run for Tennessee governor in 2026. President Trump officially announces $600 billion Apple investment plan to bring manufacturing facilities to the U.S. In fact, let me do something here. Let me go and read something. It is from this guy, Jackson. Seems like a good dude. And he's talking about Trump and Apple. As soon as I can find this freaking thing, which I can't seem to right now. When people are wrong multiple times in a row, it is necessary to call them out on it so you can dismiss and disregard their opinions later on. Good point. Good point. Good point. You're right. Oh, you're right, fam. Breaking the internet. Did I not? Oh my gosh. Marco Rubio. Okay, cool. I kind of don't care about that. Oh, love Maisie. Okay, where are we at? I could have sworn this was not that long ago, but maybe it was a few days ago and I'm just tripping here. I just put in Trump app. Well, Trump Apple's going to have so many different things today. ChatGPT is good. Y'all are using it for dirty reasons. Dirty reasons. Y'all need to not do that. There's front. Oh my gosh, this dude posts so freaking much. Oh my god. Man, people, y'all really using ChatGPT for the boobs, aren't you? I'm trying to find this post on Trump and Apple, and I can't. Okay, is it? Nope, Big Pharma. Come on, my guy. Why do you post and retweet so much? This is insane. You shouldn't do this. There's got to be rules, damn it. Okay, AI showdown. I don't care about that. I swear, like it's going to be worth it when I read it. Okay. Trump delivered a $22 billion ultimatum to Apple. I don't know why. All right, same thing. Bring production to America or pay the price. Apple refused. Trump acted. And what followed was a $600 billion power move no one saw coming. Friday morning, former President Trump, what? Trump took the Truth Social to address his Apple CEO Tim Cook directly. His message was unmistakable. I expect their iPhones sold in the United States of America to be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or anywhere else. The statement was a firm ultimatum underscoring his stance on domestic manufacturing economic policy. Trump wasn't just making idle threats. On Friday morning, he took to Truth Social with a direct message to Apple CEO Tim Cook. If that is not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the US. This declaration didn't come out of nowhere. 2 days earlier, on Wednesday, Trump had already met with Tim Cook at the White House. Timing speaks volumes. Whatever was said in that private meeting clearly didn't go Trump's way. Just 48 hours later, he took to social media with public threats, leaving little doubt about his frustration. And the market wasted no time reacting. Apple shares tumbled 2.6 in early trading on Friday, but that was just the start. The shock rippled through the broader market. S&P 500 slid 1%, Dow dipped 0.7%, and NASDAQ lost 1.1%. Investors weren't just reacting to Apple, they knew the stakes were much higher. Obviously, Apple isn't just any company, they're the world's most valuable brand. And Trump's threat exposed a massive vulnerability in their entire business model. Apple makes most iPhones in China, but they've been quietly shifting production to India to avoid the China tariffs. Over half of the iPhones sold in the US are now made in India. Cook even said they'd increased Indian production by 65% this fall. But Trump just closed that loophole, saying no India or anyplace else. I have long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expected their iPhones that will be sold in the US will be manufactured and built in the US, not India or anyplace else. That is not the case. A tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the US. Thank you for the attention to this matter. I believe the concept of Apple producing iPhones in the US is a fairy tale that is not feasible. Why the economics are brutal. Higher end iPhones would cost up to $3,500 each if made in America. That's double the current price, but Apple clearly got the message. They just announced a $500 billion investment in US manufacturing over 4 years ago in February. They're building 250,000 square foot factory in Houston for servers. Meanwhile, Trump's not stopping with Apple. He also threatened a 50% tariff on the European Union starting June 1st. Our discussions with them are going nowhere. Although I think they know that's a while ago. There's a big deal with them. TSMC just announced a $100 billion investment in US chip manufacturing, 3 new fabrication plants, 2 packaging facilities, and a research center in Arizona. Trump says the most powerful AI chips in the world will be made right here in America. The real story isn't about tariffs. It's about economic leverage. Trump's using America's massive consumer market as a weapon. Buy American-made products or pay the price. And it's working. But here's what the story really revealed. Apple thought their private power would protect them. Boardroom access, regulatory relationships, corporate influence. But Trump had something they couldn't buy. The ability to shape the perception of millions of people. One post, 118 billion in motion. Apple's institutional power pales in comparison to a single voice with a platform driving change on conviction alone. This is the power of personal influence. And today's most visionary founders must grasp this shift or risk getting left behind. Trump's personal platform cut through all gatekeepers, giving him unfiltered access to his audience. With that reach, he can instantly shift markets, share insights on demand, prompt direct responses from stakeholders. This isn't just influence, it's a new reality of business. And now he has announced a 100% tariff on all semiconductors entering the US, exempting companies that build in America because they just did this deal with Apple. And President Trump says he thinks that Elon Musk is a good person. I think he had a bad moment, a really bad moment, but he is a good person. Nice to see them on talking terms again. Went over that. Veve Viral says, let's burn over 500 million OMI in one day. OMI spaceship drop on Veve official, be a stacker world, no gems, only OMI, and 100% of it would get burned. 10,000 editions for $10 worth of OMI each. Common would be 9,000 editions. Ultra rare is $9.50. Secret rare would be $50. None held back whatsoever. Lands editions 1 through 10. Whoever lands editions 1 through 10 get 1 million OMI airdrop from the business development wallet. I think that would be great. I would like that. I think that would be fun. Master Roni says, more bullish on the Veveverse than ever. My mission is to expand the creator economy. It's well underway, and the results are starting to show. We're pushing to get more people building, creating, and unlocking their potential. The opportunity here is massive. Don't sleep on it. Let's grow it together. Tim Cook says, we are doing a lot of semiconductors here. We're doing glass here. We're doing the Face ID module here. So there's a ton of it. Also doing these for products sold elsewhere in the world. So there's a lot of content in there from the US. Love it. And that's going to be it today. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, and I will catch you later. Say bye-bye to we love you. Thank you all for the super chats. Whenever we were never good together.